with sorrow. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you knew good for me. That's why me know that me if it could flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Surely I leave where I ease. I said, yeah. I find you very hard to resist. But this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone.
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. Today is Monday the 5th, and in the Caribbean and some Commonwealth countries, it's Easter Monday. So, our guest this morning is none other than Teddy Laidley, and Teddy will be coming here to do cook and curry. So in the meantime, stick around, don't go nowhere. Greetings, Flavius. Greetings. Top of the morning.
Greetings to you, sir.
Okay, how you doing? How is your Easter Monday?
Yeah. I have been good, but
what happened?
We are washing away.
Got rain this morning?
Rain all down.
That's good. That is good.
Non-stop.
That is good. Wanna need some showers a blessing.
Anybody who wanted to break the curfew would have to do it in serious rain.
Yeah.
Serious rain.
We need some showers a blessing, because still are going on in Jamaica with the COVID, some serious thing. Teacher missing,
Oh yeah.
people are getting shot. I mean, the tragedies that's happening in Jamaica right now. I mean, it's unheard of right now. I tell you, it's an island paradise, but
as them said, it's not nice.
Yeah. You know, the other day me and a virgin attack, and they must say, boy, I'd come in like real live the eras of the Buccaneers, the pirate man.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, damn, I totally forget about all them guys there sometime,
Yeah, man, that's exactly where we are at now. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Exactly where we are.
So, what's going on with the Easter Monday? Oh, no. She's not here with us today. Today is her day off. It's her day off today.
Okay.
I thought she was with us on Mondays, but no. Okay. Tuesday to Fridays.
Okay. No problem. No, man, like I say, I barely can even open my front door and look out of my veranda.
That's good.
I say, it is 24 hours a day, every day since lockdown.
I can hear it in the background.
Oh, yeah, it's very loud. Very loud.
In the background. So big ups to all Jamaicans this morning, all Caribbean people, those in the Commonwealth who celebrate Easter. Happy Easter Monday.
Oh, yeah.
And whatever you're doing, do it safely. Right? Do it safely. I have something I want to say because I received this and I think you can get it as a daily reminder, you know. And this one was sent by a guest a guest and also
Okay.
a avid listener, viewer every day. And it said, breathe precious energy, refresh the communion with the universe, deeply engage the rhythm of life, you know, vigilant in creating the good day today, beloved. So we leave that with all of you this morning online, that, you know, you can breathe, you know, this precious energy and refresh the
Yeah.
communion with the universe and deeply engage in the rhythm of life. So that's something for you to think about, you know, because life is so precious. As simple as we take it, it's precious. So you ready for your did you know, sir?
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for your did you know?
Yeah, man.
All right, let me bring you in a few minutes.
Yes.
Pulsating, vibrating, reggae, reggae, reggae. Very sky, rock, a steady mental. A quadrillion, a kumina, kumina, kumina. You can fill your belly with a coconut jelly, mango, papa, cane and guinea. There's a key and a sawfish and a roast yam and banana. Curried goat and a managed water. The Sundays.
Yes, yes, indeed. Each and every day at this time, the famous Did You Know with Flavius. Take it away, sir. Take it away. It's all yours, Flavius.
Today, Easter Monday. Yeah. Today, Easter Monday, we're going to give you in the.
Did you know that Easter is a big time in the Caribbean? It is Easter, and the Caribbean has many Easter traditions. We will share 5 unique ones today. Easter weekend is one of the most important dates in the Caribbean calendar. A 4-day celebration weekend that encompasses good food, good fun, and gorgeous weather. But the region does have its fair share of strange customs. If you ever thought staving off meat on Good Friday was a chore your mother made you endure unfairly, imagine turning into a fish for stepping on the beach. Barbados, Jamaica, St. Kitts, Nevis, Grenada, and Bermuda are just some of the Caribbean islands that are still in touch with their unconventional traditions. Many of the Easter customs stem from the region's deep-seated Christian beliefs and make for an interesting discovery. In the UK, colorful decorated chocolate eggs are a prerequisite of any Easter pleasantries. In some parts of the Caribbean, eggs are more mystic than sweet. On Good Friday at exactly midday, traditionalists crack an egg in a bowl of water and collect the white. This is then left in the sun, and once dried, is said to form into a shape that will into your future. This may take the appearance of a fetus for children, a ship for travel, or a church for marriage. The practice differs depending on the country. For example, Barbadians sometimes crack their eggs in the morning to read into the afternoon. Other cultures perform the ritual on Holy Thursday to read on Good Friday. Good Friday fish. This takes the tradition of eating fish on Friday to a whole new level. The beach may seem like the best place to be in such glorious weather, but according to the Caribbean legend, if you go into the water after noon on Good Friday, you will turn into a fish. Today, this tradition owes little in the way of bad luck. But if you do start to develop silver scales and gills, you can't say we did not warn you. Flying eye. Kite flying is a popular pastime in the Caribbean throughout the year, but Easter weekend is the pinnacle of the practice. Locals unfold homemade kites with creative, colorful designs and keep them in the air all day. The tradition is symbolic of Jesus rising from the dead and his return to heaven. Easter weekend kite flying is particularly popular in Bermuda, St. Kitts Nevis, Barbados, Trinidad, and Grenada. Numerous competitions are held to determine the best kite of the day, take into consideration build, quality, design, and color. Now we move to the sticking tree. Another tradition that pertains in the Caribbean is the bleeding of the physic nut, also known as the sticking of the physic nut tree. In other Caribbean countries like Barbados, the custom takes place at noon on Good Friday. Locals use a knife to cut or stick into the bark of the tree, which releases its red sap. It's believed that to cut the tree on any other day of the year would not yield such a rich color. This is said to symbolize the blood of Christ and his sacrifice for mankind. Many also believe the tree is similar to the one used in the crucifixion of Christ, although this legend varies depending on location, as others believe the tree was simply close to the location where Jesus was crucified. And now we look at Easter treats. One of the most eagerly anticipated factors of the Easter weekend, and undoubtedly the most shared across the Caribbean, is good food. Following the tradition of no red meat eaten on Good Friday, fish and vegetables take center stage. One of the most popular snacks during the Easter period is bun and cheese, a tropical version of the East English hot cross bun that is now shaped as a loaf and stuffed with raisin, currants, and other dried fruit. This is then used to make a cheese sandwich of sorts. Yams are also a popular dish during this period, as are codfish cakes and a flat, crispy ginger biscuit called pennypiece. And that's your Did You Know for today.
In my own homeland, enjoying the bright, the warm sunlight. Oh my God, what a beautiful sight. In my own homeland, this place is so nice, wanna do everything twice. Yes, I feel as if I'm in a paradise. No matter the season. You've got every reason. This place is another little heaven. East or west, I couldn't care less.
Did you know is brought to you courtesy of Slowly Jamaica, uniquely Caribbean. So in case you didn't know, now you know. Kind of losing the voice a little. Happy Easter once again.
Jump, dance, or sing and shout.
Getting ready for Mr. Teddy Laidley.
Give yourself a treat, a few days or a week, and you will see just what I mean. Just take my advice, everyone is nice. You feel like royalty, my friend.
Hi, this is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
Yeah, before we bring in Teddy, I want to play this song from Tasha Williams, and the title of this song is Covered. And I'm sending it out this morning to all my Jamaicans, and especially to those who are in mourn for the loss of their loved ones, through tragic violence happening in Jamaica. We have a school teacher now who's missing for the last couple of days. Plus, what's the name of the young Miss Flavius who died the other day? Canice. All of that, what's happening in Jamaica. So, this one covered by Tasha Williams. All right. We're going to get the name and let you and remind you later. All right, cool. Teddy Laidley coming up right now. Mr. Teddy Laidley coming up.
When over me, shield and my defense. Cover me, cover me, cover me. Cover me, cover me, cover me, oh, cover me. There is a change coming. Don't you feel the wind blowing? I can feel the chill, evil on the rise. Will you take that pill or stand firm in its will? Your money, your name will not be able to help you. No, no, no. Fame or lame won't be able to save you. You got to be covered under the blood of the Almighty. You got to be covered, 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 covered. You got to be covered, 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 covered under the blood of the Almighty.
Yes, the music of Tasha Williams covered. And as I said, it's going out to all Jamaicans this morning, those who are in mourn for the loss of their loved ones, those who they lost in violence, and especially the missing teacher and that young lady who lost her life. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the man himself, Mr. Teddy Laidley, with the really current in Jamaica, the Caribbean, and around the world.
And I tell you something. It dawned on me this morning that there's a saying that good news don't sell, bad news sell.
Yes.
And even what he has to start off saying this morning, that the teacher that is missing in
Clarendon
and the soldiers and police and fellow teachers are looking in, then by that another murder took place, suicidal of that in St. Thomas. And, it's wonder this today being a public holiday, a peaceful day, you wonder if it is by design where we are bombarded by not good news, but by negative news. Because they say bad news sell, good news don't sell. And there's so many things that, when you look at the headlines, take for example Central Village here in basically the outskirts of Kingston, rocked by murder and firebomb. They're doing house to house search, house to house search for in Bella's Gate as a cop hunt for suspect in the teacher's disappearance. Teachers join cops in Clarendon and K9 tracking Clarendon woman. The passport, immigration and citizen probe Asian held in Nagahead. Under 75 join vaccination based as 1,000 get shot of vaccination. Cops hunt suspect granddad in sex assault of 8-year-old. The family believe that the 50-year-old one killed, buried over under the house dispute. So when you just look at all the negative news, the Fed now is saying that any persons from Jamaica that is involved in the scamming will get, 20 years. It's sometimes just to get up and have such negative news many times, it must affect your psyche. You see what I mean? It definitely affect your psyche. The Caribbean government faced the dilemma over vaccine, vaccine visitors, because there's this big argument whether the spike in the vaccine is because of tourism. The whole issue of are we putting the dollars over health, and then the costly curfew crashes. At least 29% died this year in motor vehicle crashes that occur after the start of the nightly curfew. You wonder if it because there is no much space on the road now, so the man might drive like it's Burnham Field.
Them they have Burnham Field, yeah.
Yes, So it kind of dampens your spirit, but we have to be that glimmer light of hope. So whereas you can encourage persons to face another day and giving thanks for another day, right? What's happening in UK, where the UK high mass testing the next step of lockdown. Recently, Cuba erected a giant concrete flag in front of the U.S. Embassy, hoping to have a better improved bilateral relationship with the United States underneath Biden. Then we see how that is going.
That might happen because
a year after pandemic, how is Haiti waiting? The vaccination amidst apathy. We when you look at Haiti, why does not have a single vaccine to offer to more than 11 million people. I
thought the region was given vaccine from India, and it was among those.
All have been stopped. The India vaccine have been put a stall on it because they said that they need now to have their people tested. So
okay.
How come to have a giveaway vaccine and our people not get vaccine? That sort of thing. So charity begins at home. You can't go wrong.
Isn't what name the Cuba? Did Cuba work on one?
Cuba, yeah, Cuba work as one as well. But remember, the United States come out and said that
Damage
countries,
control on it, yeah.
yeah, no countries, if you take it, you know what I mean, then there are going to be some repercussions. You know, I wonder, Swallow, yes, it is. A man develop a thing, I have to tell you, say, if you give to the man, the man they take it. We're not going to deal with you.
Yeah,
You can understand?
and it's all about the sanction that they have on Cuba.
Yes.
It's like they
Yeah,
don't
understand
want
with
it to
them.
be I agree with where the Cubans them are looking for a dialogue between them and the U.S. government, because they did it under Obama. They had a good dialogue that they
Yeah,
were
because
able to
they
open up
right.
traveling 3
The
times out of the
embassy,
year. Yeah.
and then, look on it and said, why, the hypocrisy across the world. You put in sanction at the time, and let us look at the two countries. South Africa was doing certain things during that period, and Cuba, and you put sanction against Cuba, and you allow the South Africans at that time to behave and do free and do what they want to do. The cases of injustice, very high internal injustice taking place.
It's all about the dollar. As long as America don't have no investment or access to make money in your country, then obviously.
Yeah, can look at it now. Over 11 million persons are in Haiti. And nobody wants to know nothing they're going to, we not benefit. It's just like at the time when the Maduro government in Venezuela, right? And the same kind of thing was happening in Haiti. And aid was sent to Venezuelan people. And nothing was sent to Haiti. Nothing was sent to Haiti. And the two of them were government being put in place that were not constitutionally right. And then here it is, this country saying, I will give aid to this.
I just said I just said that need to find out from somebody down in Haiti. We have to get a guest from Haiti to talk and to let us know what is happening in Haiti from after that earthquake in 2009
and 10. Well,
yeah, right up to know what
2010, somewhere around there.
Because basically we don't know what's going on. The news that we get out of Haiti sometime is just minimal, Nothing on the infrastructure and the hospital situation and things like that. Teddy, there's something I don't know. I want to find out. I don't know if you have any information on it. The JFF. I don't know how much you know about the JFF.
Well, you know what? I personally can't tell you. I don't. I think Cleveland have to go do some homework on that, because that in itself is not something. I'm only put it this way. I'm on the fence when it comes to the JFF thing, because when several persons are lashing out.
Well, one of the things I want to know, because since you're in a different field, but I'm sure that you have deal with agreement and contract with artists in the entertainment industry if you're going on a tour with them as road manager, right?
Yeah.
And you would put forward like a proposal as to how much your service costs, etc., and then their manager or management team can make a counter offer as well. And you negotiate until you come to a mutual understanding as to, all right, Teddy's going to get $2 to cover off this tour, even though Teddy was asking for $2.50, and things like that. Well, I'm going off of what I see on Sportsmax with players and also with JFF president, where the president was on the other night because a player make a statement and it was I don't know who recorded the conversation, if it was the player or JFF, but it was leaked. And from the player point of view, in the conversation, he was saying to them, we want you to deal with us now as players and as human beings. We want a contract based on this game that we're going to play in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yes, I remember that game, right?
Yes, and they was telling the player that you don't have no right to negotiate because this is what we can have. And the player said, no, that's not how it works. You put forward what you want. We put forward what we want. And you can counter offer, we can counter offer until we negotiate and come to an understanding. However...
Yeah, because from my point of view, from where I would say, there'll be three bodies involved, because the Saudi Arabia would have had dialogue. They would never have dialogue with the players. They would have a dialogue with the
Federation.
JFF.
Yeah.
Right. Now, in that case, it means they would have gone to the table to try their best to get a decent package so they can benefit from it and the players benefit from it. So when they meet with the players, they can say, okay, fine, this is what, we get out of it. And as you rightly said, the players them can say, well, why, could we get a little bit more? So, JFF should have gone to the ceiling. So therefore, when you negotiate with the players, you can say, well, so if them say they want a little bit more, something would have been there for a little bit more. As you rightly said, in negotiation. So that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to how the situation is right now, those players who were what you call it, dealing with the negotiation, vocally, those who represent, because it was 5 players who were whose name is on the list as representation. So JFF can deal with any one of those 5. But how JFF was breaking it down, JFF was figuring that those 5 players were the one who was sticking out for more money and not the remaining players. And the player in the negotiation was saying, was saying, no, we all as players voted that 5 of us, any 5, you can talk to any 5, but we don't want a verbal conversation. We want it in writing whenever you dealing with us, so that we can have this on paper, that we don't go back and forth and say, me never said this and you never. You understand me?
I agree.
And so those players were dropped. Those 5 players were dropped from the squad. And so that's how they started to bring in the overseas, players. As well, one man would say, it seemed like it's another win rush.
No, but let us look at it. That has been going on. That has been going on for years. It's not just today. You look at it in the plantation. The one them will give trouble. You know what I mean? Get rid of them. The same thing that is in school. If somebody expel him or suspend him. And look at the biggest that we have the world have seen. The Nelson Mandela and his 5 who were fighting against the South African government push them aside, because what they said, they were like matches. You strike a matches and you can start
a fire. Yeah.
Right. So that situation is not just today. The same thing happened.
The thing what me want to know, if the Ministry of Sports cannot get involved, like said JFF, let us talk, let me and you talk as to how we think you should deal with these players. Because from what I'm told, that the country institutions, sports governing body cannot get involved because of the FIFA rule or FIFA law. I don't understand how FIFA have jurisdiction over your country. That's what I don't understand. Because
because you're taking something from... No. Hold on.
Yeah.
Always remember this, If you're taking something from me, Franco, if you're taking something from me, then I can dictate the terms and conditions. And FIFA, to make it part of the project.
True, but wouldn't it also in the light that the sports the governing body, Ministry of Sports, they may every year when budget is being read, don't the sports body allocate X amount of funds that go to the different sporting department, track and field, football.
Yeah, but the different.
Don't they do that?
Different, Franco. Different is.
No.
Yeah,
Hold
but
on.
the different
No. Don't they do that? Don't the government give each of these sporting bodies money?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, hold on,
All right.
hold on. The viable one, then, Franco, don't get it twisted. The
All right,
viable one.
Yeah, all right. Well, listen,
Yeah.
me. Then isn't that same government can withhold that money from JFF and say if you don't clean up on the act, then you won't get no money from we? You think FIFA with money?
No.
Yes, but hold on. Let me just say something, Teddy. The money that the government give compared to what FIFA give, put the government in a situation that they don't have much voice because JFF can live off FIFA money alone.
No. Not if no. You know how them can get money from FIFA, Flavius? If they're in the top 50, that's when them get money.
The bulk of the money. Yeah, but them get money them have a certain amount of money them get every year. Because remember, JFF is not getting them, they don't do fundraising, they don't have any income enough, apart from FIFA, which is a downfall of the JFF. They need to have their own money, but they don't have $1. They're waiting for FIFA and CONCACAF to give them money.
That's why the leadership is always questioned. Because remember, when Burrell was there, that was not the case.
Burrell
They're
used to
so
look,
lazy to do the work.
Burrell used to look sponsorship.
There you go.
You have to work.
The thing about it now, the thing about it, Burrell was charismatic, and the corporate world were very inclined to help Burrell. Now, in this case, the president is not liked.
He's not
liked.
Yeah.
There you go. So persons are not willing.
But
Teddy is not only that he's not liked, but the corporate world does not see him on the same level with them, so they won't talk to him. You have to be on the same level. All right, you see this guy who came in, Williams, for the Premier League.
Yes.
You see how much money it's getting a few months?
In Raleigh. Yes.
He's in charge of Proven. And Proven is one of the biggest financial institutions in Jamaica. He's on the same level with them. He can talk to them. He talks to them every day. But the president of the Football Federation is at a totally low level as it compares to these people who have the money. They're not talking to him.
Yeah, that's true. It's quite evident. It's quite evident.
$1 sponsorship.
Yeah, because the guy from Proven, Williams, show him up recently.
Of course.
Yeah.
In months, the man get 100 million, 200 million, and counting.
Yeah.
He must sponsors begging to be a part of it. And this man who is in charge of the whole thing cannot get $1.
All right.
People like
Franco, the politics. Let me tell you something.
At the same level.
As I rightly said, the politics of things will make a lot of difference. You see, you have somebody, like I said, and especially I can give an example in my field in entertainment. You can have millions of dollars, and you put on your show and it's flop. And I who don't have any money, I can put on a show and it's success because the players, they go back it. I today can call on the technical support people, which is the light, stage, music, whatever. And you who have money can call upon them because of my association over the years with these persons. And it happened. I remember.
I've seen it here too. Yeah, you're right. I've seen it here.
Yeah, man. I recall one time we were having a birthday party for Dennis Brown right at Countryside Club on Eastwood Park Road. And Michael Barnett asked me to go down there. And I can tell you, when I reached down there was no band, there was no light, there was no stage, nothing whatsoever. And you know, Dennis Brown, anything being kept for him, people will come out. And I reached there and I take up the phone and I call Quickie Rec and they bring in stage. I call Light Parks and they bring in the band. I call Chang with his stand generator and he came. And I called everybody. And one of the things that they said, Teddy, is you around the thing? We say, yes, and me around it. And everybody come in and put up stage and light, and we were able to make the show happen.
That
and I can tell you,
I try to tell Flavius, likability too. You understand?
Yes,
on the level alone too, likability as well.
And the thing is, Franco, during the show, I keep on taking money from the gate receipt, because people are paying to come in, and the artists that come in and make their contribution, and each little package I get and I put it together. During intermission, I walk around and I pay everybody in terms of technical support. And I did not make a cent. I did not even get $1 from the show. But what I walk away with was my reputation.
Yes.
And my word that, yes, I will pay you. And so it means that if ever again I need the service, people will come. And as you rightly said, is you have to have that kind of relationship. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Flavors.
You remember the domino thing that we put on in the grill?
There you go. Yes, I remember it. 1994.
It took me about less than 2 weeks. And we're talking about domino teams from all over Jamaica coming to the grill. And would you believe the guy who was running the hotel, that guy there, him come to me and ask me if him want me and him put it on, and we say yes, and we start, and then him cut me out.
Yeah, you doubting.
3 years in a row, him tried. And not one team come.
Yeah, and it will happen. It will happen because, you see, it is like your reputation precedes you. And it's the same thing with the JFF. You know what I mean? What's his name? I tell something. If Trot was there as president, who was former ambassador to Cuba and everything, remember me tell you, the JFF would have been, he would have been the next Borrell. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Right? But, you know what I mean, a little inside coup take place and the president become the president. That's the bottom line. You know what I mean? Come on, we don't have to go around the thing, But I cannot talk much on that within itself, because like I said, if you're putting up yourself as a president organization, you have to make sure you have enough the people that were going to vote in enough. I never forget. We started up our entertainment body years ago. And then we were looking for president, vice president, PR person, and so on. And something take place that threw off everybody, and that organization just get away.
Okay.
L.A. Lewis, this is not something that anybody can charge me for liable. We were in the place. L.A. Lewis come in and put up himself as public relations. And we laugh. Everybody laugh because L.A. Lewis is not somebody you have to contend with and everything. And we didn't know that L.A. Lewis came in with his planned voters. And when the vote then tally, he ended up being public relation manager for the organization. People say, hell no, I ain't going to work with him. Hell no, he cannot sit on the executive. There's no way. What he did was he brought in people that we didn't even knew. You understand? So when the counting people, when he put up himself, people laugh.
Yeah.
People laugh at him and say, there is no way. When the voting done, he was the PR person. It shocked everybody. So when you're going into an organization and you're going to take it over, you have to put in your people who you know you can guarantee their vote.
Yeah.
Because you told them you need X amount to make you the head. So you have to put in that. Right? Because a lot of people are not happy with the current president, the way how matters have been dealt with. And that is what rubs people aside.
Yeah.
He doesn't come out and deal with matters and everything. And even when he come out publicly, he doesn't come out to say, well, okay, fine, I want this to be resolved. And that is where the problem lies.
True.
Yeah, see? So
True. Absolutely.
I cannot talk much about what I've seen by the media, what I've heard, because I'm not heavily indulging in sports in Jamaica, but there are certain things that cannot escape it. You know, you hear it on the news, you see people, you hear it on the ground.
All right.
So naturally, yeah, that's the situation. But
all right, the next one.
The
app,
yeah,
the food app. How is it working?
The food app, have been a little bit better this weekend.
Okay, good.
Like everything else, the kinks were ironed out in the coming week. Last week they tried it, and so what the mayor of Portmore did, you know, he bringing the right people to the table, and it's a little bit better. No, my only bone of contention is we always in Jamaica, this is my opinion, we tend to do a knee-jerk solution. You know, we don't sit down and table the thing properly and then implement it. We have an idea and we run with it. And then when it starts backfire, then we say, oh, we're going to fix it. My thing is, look at the thing first, because they, in terms of registration, in terms of bankable people, because if you want to move the product in a cashless system, then all the players have to have accounts. So therefore, what it means you put that in place first. Yeah. You put all the infrastructure in place first, and then you outline the thing. You can't outline the thing and when somebody forget pay, you know, they don't have an account.
True.
Because what is happening in the banking system right now in Jamaica, that years ago, if I have money for you, I could just easily walk into the bank and put it in your account. You have your account number and you put it in. The banking system is moving all of that automatic banking system. What they're saying to you, go online and you do the transfer.
Yeah.
And the thing is, for me, forces me to go online. I still did enjoy going up to the teller with my cash, have that one-on-one talk. You know me, we chat, and then she put the money in her account, and then you know what it is, and you go to the bank. Now, all of that have been thrown through the door. Many of the banks, which the banks that were served communities, have been closed. Right beside me, we have National Commercial Bank, And recently I went over there. There was no teller whatsoever. It's all
do it yourself.
automatum.
Okay.
Yeah, and the
Self-serve.
thing about it, we don't have a computer literate society.
That's what I
And
was
that
coming
is it.
to.
A
That's what I was
majority.
coming to. Plus the
We
internet.
don't.
Plus the internet again. The internet is not a viable one where you can say yes, everything on fire.
Yeah. Not only that, financial education is not part of our school curriculum. That's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Financial information is not part of our school curriculum. So deficit and profit and dividend and all is not taught in school unless you're doing principle of business. And so what we are saying, if we computer literate, we have to change the design of the curriculum. Meaning we have to start look at entrepreneurial, because we realize now with technology you don't have you now have what I call a virtual space, not a physical space. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of business now are starting online and they deliver to you. So the whole end thing, the e-commerce, right, now makes sense. Because I can do the product in my household and send it to you as the end user. So we have to make sure that all the necessary infrastructures are in place.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are going to take a new dynamic in commerce now and say it is e-commerce is the way to go, we now have to put within the school curriculum. From very early age, we understand how e-commerce functions. We understand how entrepreneur function. We understand how finance functions. So we cannot continue the trigonometry and the sine and cosine and tangent and all of that. It does not fit into our world now. That's the bottom line. I spend time talking about trigonometry and sine and cosine and tangent. Who does that relate to our living now? Are you still sitting down and doing the same old curriculum and setting the same pattern of exam?
Same old maths.
You know, that's what I say. And the Ministry of Education don't look at it. That's why we said Ministry of Education, Industry and Commerce supposed to be very close.
Yeah.
Because you educate your people for a workforce.
No, it is totally
a new
ridiculous.
workforce.
Totally ridiculous. Because right now,
Flavius?
Yeah.
Flavius.
Yeah. No.
Short circuit.
oh yeah.
We have, go ahead, Flavor. Oh, there's a break in the signal.
Yeah.
Same thing we're talking about.
No, I was saying that the
Talking about.
yeah, I was saying that the banks seem to be downsizing because let's say St. Mary and Portland, two major banks, one branch for the part of St. Mary, and then have one branch for the part of Portland. You know, they had a smaller branch that could not be had the branches, and they closed them down. Up to, I guess, sometime last year, they just closed on the last one. So anybody who wants any banking thing, they must head for Port Maria or you head for Port Antonio. And I don't see how that can help the country. If they grow the economy, they're putting more stress on people, and they want everybody to do everything online, and we do not have the infrastructure. So
exactly,
many steps backward.
One other thing, Franco, I don't know the people. You know, one of the form that has to be filled in very regular is called address verification.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you go to they want a proof of address, and the proof of address have to come with the bill. Now, many persons are getting their bill on because the utility company is not paying. They use postal service to deliver your bill, right? And it says paper based, and it costing a lot of papers, and the ripple effect telling you it costs a lot of trees to cut down to form paper. So many of the companies now are doing it online. It's sent to your phone because everybody now has a phone.
Yeah.
So when you go to the bank to open an account, the bank is telling you that they want something tangible where they can pay and put on their file. Now, look at it. We are moving technological way. The bank is moving technologically. And if I come in and I show you a bill sent to me electronically, you're telling me you don't want that? Do you understand? You need tangible things. Or most household, because people sharing household now. The bill might come in my name, but you live at the house. Yeah. Because remember, the bill is always in the owner of the property. The light bill then in the tenant name. So how can I show you a water bill? How can I show you a light bill when I might the person, right, might not want to go to jail to take out the light in their name. So they constantly use the previous tenant or the landlord. Do you understand?
Everything reversed.
And so therefore
or it can be a family home, Teddy. It can be also
there you
a family
go.
home. Where
no, but that is what happens in many of the cases. That is what most of the cases. So now I have to be signing version of home address.
I don't have one bill that come to my name. Not one.
And so, you know what I mean? We always said that we bring home the package and left the gift because the package look nice, right? And we don't trade. We don't look at the gift and we're supposed to concentrate. So if you're talking about e-commerce and how it's going to replace you going into the restaurant and you can stay home now, new norms, right? And so you're going to cut down on physical. Okay? Is there a plan for all infrastructure that was in place? What is it that you're going to do with it? Nobody even thought about that. So you're saying no more restaurant, no more. What is it that you're going to do with that space? What is it that you're going to do? Or you're going to develop that space that it become part of the commerce that can bring in, additional income that can add to the GDP of the country. So many of the things I can say is not thought through. They don't thought through them. So we constantly use the knee-jerk approach, the band-aid approach.
True. I am more concerned. I saw something last night on Google about Jamaica adopting a taxi system similar like Uber. And
it's not a taxi system like Uber. Uber is coming to Jamaica because they're going to try it in Trinidad.
So they're going to try it in Jamaica. But that bring me to the internet now, because the reason why you have to have good internet for this to work properly. I mean it.
Hold on. Before you mention what, there is a app here in Jamaica that is similar to Uber in terms of the same thing, and there was a clash between it and the regular taxis, because here it is. Let us look at it. Both are carrying out the same service, but one has to pay, right? Get license and registration through a company, a government-owned company called Transport Authority, right? To make the onus on the taxi driver, you can identify who red plate versus white plate. White plate is considered a robot, a illegal taxi versus red plate. Now, that was a big argument. Now, you're going to bring in Uber, which is doing the same thing, because the difference is one is driven by internet, one is driven by radio. So I'm at home and I want my taxi. I pick up the phone and I call the taxi company, who have a radio control that the driver, and you can also track the driver coming to your home, because you can call back and they say, well, they are at X point, or whatever. The same thing with the Uber. The Uber, you know what the driver look like. Yeah. You can track him on the phone to your house. So the question is now, why is it that you're...
And Teddy.
Yeah.
Any man with a certain year car, because I think Uber is like 4 to 3 years, either 3 to 4 years old. The car have to be within a certain time, like 2017 to 2021. Yeah. Anybody that is that have a good background can drive Uber. So Uber is like the ordinary man. So I don't know if you guys going to have a different plate to identify. So this is a Uber.
No. The Uber is my personal car that I use.
Exactly, that's what I said.
To earn extra money. So the question, no. My question is, why is it that I have a regular plate? Check this out, a regular plate, just come off of work, want to earn some extra money. I drive up at a bus stop and tell people. So I work in Alpha Street, right? I live along the boulevard. I can easily well drive up to a bus stop and says on the boulevard. People can come in. Yeah. But then, if I've been caught by the police, I've been given ticket, and my vehicle can be towed away because I'm doing something illicit. Right? Because the authority put in place an infrastructure to take care of its populace. What they're saying, if you are a licensed registered vehicle and you crash, you can be compensated because you pay a different thing. You have insurance coverage that look about that. If I'm coming up along the boulevard and I crash in a privately owned vehicle, it is the insurance coverage. And here the worst thing about it, the insurance company is not going to pay out the money because when I went to license the vehicle, it said for personal use. Yeah. So therefore, it is in contradiction to the insurance. So therefore, the 6 or the 5% that I take up have to come from my pocket. No, I can't pay them. So it's now not only a criminal case, it's now a civil case. No, I am bankrupt. So where am I going to get the money to pay? So that's the point that's my bone of contention. So to bring in Uber into Jamaica, you know what I mean, it's totally not fair to the present taxi driver because you're saying that you're carrying out the same work as the regulated taxi and it don't come with the consequences and the penalty. That's the point I'm making. That is my argument.
That will never happen. You will never live to see that happen.
Hey Teddy, last night when my friend sent it to me and I was looking at it, I said that not gonna happen because to the present structure of the taxi drivers in Jamaica right now, you think it going to be one big, not even confusion. It might cause a war between the taxi people and Uber. You understand me? The taxi association and Uber might fight over this in court or wherever.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you, but what I'm saying to you,
in one point.
Which point now?
Who controls Uber? Who controls Uber?
Uber is some rich dude can't own it, and just spread it over the world by franchising it out.
Just like Airbnb. It's not like Airbnb.
Don't say it won't come here
No,
from the
I'm
big
not
money.
saying it won't come Jamaica. I said going to be a big problem with them and the taxi association because with that definitely the way our Uber work here, it basically kill taxi. You understand me? So a taxi man who buy him car if he run taxi as him living and then Uber come in.
Yeah,
If Uber
yeah,
work
yeah.
effectively in Jamaica like how it work here, then taxi man they dead because people who want to move fast go and take a Uber.
So
And not only that, a lot of
the big question now. What I'll tell you, big question now. Will Uber be required to get a red plate?
That's why I was saying, because remember, Uber is your personal car, So if I red plate,
that can't work.
That's how it work here. That's how it work everywhere in the world. Is a man with his personal car drive Uber,
So
Mercedes.
you are legalizing robots then?
That's what it is.
yeah.
That's what it
No,
basically is. Illegal.
Yeah, so that's why we're saying. That's why I'm saying here. If they are currently running robots and the authorities here in Jamaica are charging them and people, you're saying to me, isn't Uber doing the same thing too?
Yep. Uber do the same thing.
So all the companies everybody's going to go to Uber.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Taximen will start pay them big.
And taxi, and that's why I say going to cause a problem.
But the government can lose money.
That's why I say going to cause a problem because it's like a private company, It's a private company. So if you have a Mercedes Benz and your Mercedes Benz is 4-year-old, you can't say, boy, I'm gonna use it for Uber. People come in your car because them like how your car look and it's a faster service than a taxi. You hear Teddy say you call the taxi and the taxi radio for your taxi man. And if him pretty much close in your area, them can say he will be there within the next half an hour. Uber can be there within the next 10 minutes. So that take off 20 minutes off of the taxi man will come pick you up. And him a drive faster. And worse if it's just you alone a driving at that Uber, you move faster than him go stop and pick up 2 more people along the way. You have Uber who pick up other people too as well.
But the point is, there are persons who have take taxis and taxis, whether it's red plate or white plate, have been given bad name that taxi kidnap people and rape them and do the same thing. The same thing can happen and have been happening because there are persons who are just as unscrupulous.
Hey, Teddy,
is just as unscrupulous. Yes.
Teddy Flavius, that's what my friend said to me. I bet if man I go register car, I said I'm a Uber just for kidnap and abduct people.
Of course.
Because it can be done. Because at the same time we were watching a video with about 4 young ladies were in a car. There is a red, they call a taxi one night and there's a red plate car coming. I'm saying, all right, good. And they got into it. And while she was about to text her mother and tell her mother, say, oh, we just get a taxi and I'm on our way. We should be there in the next 30 minutes. A gun was pulled on her because she was at the front seat. And the guy them robbed them. And
it was part of a series of the news in the evening. So the question is, my only bone of contention is, if we are fighting against the robots because they are doing something illicit and they are not registered under the Transport Authority, currently there is a taxi company, like I said, I think it's named To Go, that is doing something similar to what Uber is doing, where the people then come out and they open the door and they're well dressed and all of that. Now, Jamaican is fine with that because it is us. It is one of us that is doing that service. But when you plant an international body down here, right? And as Jamaican, we say we are box food out of our mouth.
Exactly.
We're not. We're not going to take it because somebody came up with the same idea of Uber, and I if I'm not sure, I stand to be named To Go or something on the go, right? And it is method of Uber, and a lot of people are not because it will call market segment. It's just like, for example, here in
Mm.
there is a bus company called Northford Express.
Yeah, he said, I've been driven on
Express
that. I've driven on that.
is good. All right. People did not fight it. The man them who carry out auto race and them didn't fight it because that again is a specific target audience.
Yeah, that coming like a greyhound. It's just that, yeah, it's
There
coming
you
like a
go.
greyhound, you know, and
There
it's a
you
good
go.
service. It's a
There you
very
go.
good service because I took it
It's a
from
good,
Montego
it's a
Bay.
good service.
Excellent service, yeah, excellent
I took it
service.
from Montego Bay straight to
Yeah.
New Kingston, and trust me, it's like
Yeah, man.
And if you
an
want,
excursion.
if you want the shutter driver, bus to carry on, because the cost on the Northward Express is not the same cost as the other buses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, it is market driven. Because even when I'm going on to some fest and I'm going on to Rebel Salute, I do not drive no more.
Mhm.
I park the car in New Kingston, take the bus down to Rebel Salute or some fest, and then go back into the bus and I can sleep. So I'm not worried about sleeping or dropping asleep or whatever. I go in my seat and sleep, and when I reach into Kingston, I jump in my car and come home.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No, everybody cannot afford that. And it keep me from the wear and tear and the gas, because what I have to put in gas is what I could use for bus fare. And I've changed.
Right.
Which bring me to another question, as you mentioned that bus service. You know, is it possible for the train system to start back again in Jamaica, but on a more
Easily.
different level? Because one of the
All
reasons
you
why I'm
want,
asking.
Franco, is to win. To win.
Hold on.
One of the reasons why I'm
Franco.
yeah.
Franco, you have to look at reality. When you talk about an improved road service, how is it going to compete against the rail? Do you understand what I'm saying? The road network in Jamaica now have been going to be solidified, meaning a good road network. And it have been happening around the country.
Yeah.
Right? That's the reason why you have the Northford Express. You can go down to Monte now in under 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, but
Years
that
ago,
is
it
good.
used to take you 4 or
I'm thinking
5
about
hours.
those who do the 9 to 5 and have to commute from Spanish Town, Portmore, all the way to Kingston and New Kingston, right? And every morning it's a problem. It's a hassle coming to town in the morning.
Okay.
So
Okay.
a train system in that area, sir, in those areas actually could work. You understand me?
Franco.
Could work.
Franco.
15 minutes.
No. Franco. What you miss is what we call the economy of scale. Our economy, you're talking a more approach in terms of transportation in Jamaica. So you get alternatives. You get road or rail. Those are the two things in any modern society. Right? The economy of Jamaica, the present economy of Jamaica, we cannot, because as I mentioned, it's instant revenue. It's a trickle-down effect. It has the gas station. It has on the road in terms of the police giving tickets.
But at the same time, Teddy, at the same time, the economy don't allow for everyone in Jamaica to own a car. Who traveled from back and forth from Spanish Town, Portmore to Kingston. It's not like in the States where you can say, all right, if you're in a job, you might can get get a loan for buy a car and make your monthly payment.
They tried it years ago, Franco. They tried it years ago.
I think that would be a much better system than the Uber.
They tried it. They tried it from Gregory Park into Kingston by the rail service. So if you're going to do that, if you're going to put in a rail system, you cannot continue doing the present coaches that is in place. That's the thing about it. So it has to be heavily invested and have a time period. Because no, what you want to do, you'd want to put in a rail service as Portmore being the second largest housing development in the Caribbean. The first one is in Cuba, right? And when we talk about, again, the explanation is a concentrated area of houses, and that's Portmore, because there are houses that's scattered right, housing scheme scattered right across Jamaica. But Portmore in itself is in a centrally concentrated area. We call it a dormitory community. Now, if you're going to put in that in it, you now have to put in the real network in Portmore and the adjoining Spanish Town, because we're saying that is where the bulk of persons come from, and as far as to Old Harbour, because housing scheme has now been on the fringes of Kingston, meaning St. Catherine, Clarendon, because that is where the central amount of persons live in Jamaica, outside of Kingston and St. Andrew. Right. So you would have to look at it where geographically you have to put in the network, the real network, in terms of timing, because you want to make sure that the network itself is going to cross roads that will impede traffic, right? Because then now you'd have to look at how many coaches, how many persons you're moving, and when you carry them into Kingston, you might have to do what you call, if being done properly, is the drive and ride program, where your people come to that point, leave the car, right? And then transfer onto the rail.
Parking system. That's the one, right? That's what I make.
I'm picking. So the good thing about the wear and tear of the city road and all of that, you're now able to fix road properly, right? Because now you're moving people off the road and putting them on the rail. And then when they come into Kingston, now you would have to put in another system in place to move them across the city, right? And then you do the same thing in reverse. So it's not that it could not work, because people need an alternative in terms of travel. And this, as you rightly said, could be a possible thing, but it has to be heavily invested. How does it mean subsidized? Do you understand? Is the government going to have partnership with one of those rail company that understand it? Just like how, for example, our roads in Jamaica, a lot of people are not aware. The toll roads in Jamaica and the major highway are not owned by the government of Jamaica.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
because but a lot of people don't know that, and one way for the government to make back some of the money that they owe to these people is to have the police charge you on these roads. You understand what I'm saying to you?
That's true.
So it's a double-edged sword, and the average person don't know that.
Anyway,
the average person,
there's the bell. There's the ringer. There's the ringer. We come to the end of another, riveting discussion. I love it. I mean, we are, these are suggestions. I know government now got to take them up. So I say, all right, unless somebody really come and say,
no, it's just a matter of
me come in and say, Teddy, we are going to invest 300 million in a Jamaica. Them jump up and say, yeah, man, what you going to do? And I say, reals. So we do this reals. And I mean, it will help, trust me, it will help enough commuters.
Yeah, but we can't use the present coaches that we have.
We need. I'm going to set up a real system in Jamaica. I'm going to make sure say it even may have good internet too. So.
Yeah, we have to upgrade it, just like how we upgraded the buses. That has to be done.
It has to be done. It has to be secure. It has to be secure. It has to be closed circuit television. So one of the way people used to get robbed is when them go through the tunnel. You understand? and then you don't know what happened.
No, we got
You know what I mean?
what them call them like there when you go into the bathroom and it turn on.
Yeah, man. Once it goes through the tunnel,
Sensors, it touch darkness, it just come on, bloom light come on, so you can't see who is who.
Right, and the secondly, you have to have you have to have flushable bathroom, not the bathroom where leave the FCC on the train line. Because we know that.
You know, Teddy, as you mentioned that I use the bathroom on the Knutsford, you know. And that bathroom is like it at the step. I take you down into wherever the storage area is, but it's good. I'm telling you, it's the system is really good. I was amazed when I drove and I was like, wow, you know, they need more of these buses in Jamaica. Trust me.
No. There was another one, Franco. But what happened? It was doing the South Coast. And Knutsford Express was doing the North Coast. So this one was going Westmoreland and everything. And that's what the Knutsford buy it out.
Oh, so Knutsford control the two course then?
Yeah, man. They do.
No, I love it.
They buy it out.
I love it because my brethren just park at New Kingston and just drive, go down Mobile, come meet me and we just drive, come back up. Simple as that.
Yeah.
But Franco, one important thing that they did a few years ago, you know, they bought some smaller buses, and now they're doing the junction, coming through the junction, going over to Port Antonio. Yeah, man.
And then the key thing that they have done that you didn't mention, Flavors. They start the airport pickup.
They have that now.
Airport pickup and drop off.
Oh, that's good.
So if I have to go to Montego Bay to catch my flight, instead of I driving you down to Montego Bay, go take the Knutsford Express and go down.
Yeah, man, that's true, man. That's true. Cause as I said, I drove on it twice, and trust me, good ride.
Yeah.
All right, Jen.
Franco, where were the conference? You know, I'm pretty sure the owner was there.
Oh yeah.
So I don't miss the conference. Yeah, man.
Okay, that's a diabetes conference, right?
No, man. The Maroon conference.
Oh, okay. I thought the one you went to Montego Bay, you know, cause.
No, man. I said when you were there.
Okay. All right, Teddy. Thank you very much for taking time out to your Easter Monday.
No, I am glad because I'm at home.
Yeah.
And funny enough, the internet all up.
Yes.
Yeah, I think because they were buying the home now.
Are you having rain?
Yeah?
Are you having rain, Teddy? Are you having rain?
No, not yet. But we had rain yesterday.
They're not online yet, Teddy.
We have rain every day from Friday.
Yeah, man. It's good. The river.
Like the father is saying, "Can on your yard." Yeah, man.
A blessing to get, man.
No pretty sun on the beach. So
hey, Flavius, I want you to hear this, and this is from the CARICOM, some CARICOM director of health. Listen this.
Without preventive action, our region could face an upsurge that is even larger than the last one. So let me be as clear as possible. My main guidance for places experiencing surges in transmission can be summarized in 2 words: stay home. If you can avoid having others over, avoid it. And if you must leave your house, wear a mask, wash your hands frequently, and stay away from crowded spaces.
So yeah, the health minister, the CARICOM, I said, turn on the yard.
Yes, man. I endorse that completely.
Avoid crowded places.
Yeah, man.
So, I gotta go, guys. So, We
No,
do it
well,
next week again.
I'm glad for this. Yeah, I'm glad for this thing that we weren't bombarded with the negative story, but looking at solution to the problem.
Yeah, man.
So that is always something that I always push for. Let us look at solution.
True.
Yeah. All right. So thanks again, and let's say we do it all over. God's willing.
All right, Teddy, and stay safe
All right,
here
cool.
and enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah, I'm at Tanama Yard.
All right, bless.
All right, cool.
So Flavius, let's rock out a year now. Live and love every moment of your life. All right, go ahead. You go on. Flavius?
No, I just said I can't say more. I mean,
Okay,
I can't say more. The minister said the whole thing.
True. So tomorrow we have Miss Joan Andrea Hutchinson, and she will be our guest tomorrow. So we do it all over again. So for all of you in the chat room this morning, those who participate in the chat, Courtney, big up to you, sir, and to Culture Doc as well, and every one of you. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day. Those in the Caribbean, hope you have a happy, joyful Easter Monday. Eat up all the bun and cheese you can, because I know younger get it. Some people eat bun every day. Some people once a while them taste things like this. So eat it up, enjoy. Until tomorrow when we do it all over again, live and love every moment of your life. Be grateful for each new day. Cherish your family and friends. Bless others. Keep the faith. Never lose hope. And remember, prayer changes things. Regardless of what religion you belong to, you must pray. Continue to pray. With words of our father in the Garifuna language, Queen Lubafu and Tafina will take with myself to take us out.
You lead us fula. You belong far away away. Ajuguala lego buseru. Lida mua, lida fula. Lida mua, lida fula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me do what set me if it could flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I fi utilize I wings. Surely I cleave your eyes. I said, yeah. I find you very hard to resist. With this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel hide like a thief in the night. May I feel get out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself.
Fortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.